What's up guys, this is Sean and today I am in Tropicana Aman again, but we're going to review Dahlia. But before that, today is a very exciting day for owners of Sinaran, the shop lots, right? Today is the vacant possession. So I found Emily. So she's the location specialist for this area lah. So what's the going rate right now?
If let's say IJM intermediate, they're asking about 6,000.
Whole block, right?
Yes, whole block. If let's say for Eco Century ground floor, they're asking about 5,000 to 6,000. First floor is about 2,000.
So this one, if it's 3-story corner lots, it would be 12,000?
Around 10,000.
10,000. So
9 to 10,000.
So that's the going rate for rental. I think there's no flipping it. They just got the keys today, so nobody
Yes.
tak mungkin straight away sell already lah. But for any inquiries or owners, right, you all need a specialist, then she's I'll put her number down below, you can just contact her. Why am I introducing this is because it's part of Dalia also. Why you can invest in Dalia, because there's upcoming shop lots like this, because the main concern previously is nowhere to eat. So I think let's go to Dalia. Yeah, see you guys, Dalia. Finally, we are now in Dalia residence. So you know who you are, this is for you. Let's go. What's up guys, so now we are in the show unit of Dahlia, and this is, let's go through the spec first. So this unit is 45 by 80, so it's very huge. Okay, it's super huge. You look at the background. Now the price is going for 1.6 and 1.7 in between, but this show unit itself, it's a bit bigger. So if you can see, that's the side land. Wow, very impressive. So this semi unit, right, its layout is actually very similar to their terrace house design, which is very open kind of concept. Living room and dining room, and that's the dry kitchen already. But one thing to comment is also their height is very. You can actually just host your guests. So dining and all your friends at the living room, right? So in one glance you can see everyone in your space. Moving on would be the main feature of all Asian families, a downstairs room. So this would be for the elderlies or for your guests. Downstairs room is actually very useful, and it's so purposefully built, right? It has their own wardrobe space and their own toilet, right? So they don't have to share toilet with the rest. And what specs are they giving? American standard. Wow. Along the dry kitchen, you will have a powder room. So a powder room is different from a washroom. So the difference between a powder room and a toilet is just this one is not designed to shower. So a lot of people may argue, why don't just add a shower so it can be a toilet? But then they have sufficient space, so they have enough toilets for some to be called powder rooms. Okay, so unlike the previous Eco Grandeur unit, this has a mechanical ventilation. It's okay to not have windows, just that they still couldn't hide this very weird angle, right? There's this very weird angle. My second thing that I really like is this secret entrance to the kitchen. From the living room, you come to the kitchen and you can see it's very bright. The ceiling is very high. Moving on to the back, so this will be the yard, right? And that's the maid's room. So maid's room a bit beautiful, but she has her own washroom, right? And that is directly to the back already. A few observations. Number one, that it's bright because there's still windows that we mentioned about. up there, right? But then there's this angle that, why? So in total there will be 4 rooms, 1 downstairs, right, 3 upstairs bedrooms, and 2 and plus 2. So it's a 4 plus 2 kind of setup, where the plus 2 is, one is the maid's room, and so this is the upstairs living room, right? This, right, another hidden kind of ID treatment. This will be your storeroom. I consider that as another plus 1 now, right? So right across the hallway there will be 2 bedrooms, 1 for him, for your son, and 1 for her. So let's go to the pinky one first. I like the palette design, man. I like the pink and blue kind of. It's very Tiffany's, right? Of course, Semides, they have their own ensuite toilets. And again, let's go check it out. American standard, right? Yes, American standard. And you have your own shower screen. One good thing I observe is actually this. So these are the valves, stop valves for your water. And it used to be concealed inside the ceiling, meaning it's above your ceiling 1 feet. I like this lah. I think when they set this in and then they put a glass in, instead of just whacking the glass onto the wall, right? Very good. Moving on to the boys' room. I'm not sure is that a cupboard or is that just to conceal the beam. It looks like a beam, then you dress up the beam. I'm not sure, right? You always need to measure for bedrooms, right? After you put the bed, how much more space you have. Instead of putting in a TV, they actually put in this cabinet. So that's why it feels like, like very big. If this were to be a cupboard, right, then you only left like 4 feet of circulation space. Then it will be then very, very tight. So of course they have their own ensuite toilet as well. Isn't this bedroom crazy big? Right? It's so huge. I'm figuring out how to show you how big is this, but I'm actually distracted by the toilet. You see the washroom, right? So before you go to the washroom, of course, the wardrobe space, walk-in wardrobe space, and look at this. I love this master bedroom layout way. So of course the potty is there. Then that's the bathtub, okay? And rain shower, grohi. You can see it's grohi. Then it's grohi, and this is weird though. Functional, but why don't you just connect all the way? Like this looks rather fragile. They are not overdressing the main TV console, so it's actually linked together as one piece. And then this, I don't know, is this a window or not? Or they just dress up to be a glass kind of thing. So that is my concern. I don't know whether it's a window, but there's this window here at the side. So I think that's all for the master bedroom. And what I don't like is also these particular details. I think it's because of the plaster ceiling, right? Because of this plaster ceiling, then they have to actually accommodate the angle here. You see, look at this angle. So this, Okay guys, so we are now at the side of the Semidi. So this is the water feature, and I think this only applies to corner lots of the Semidi because this show unit, it's not the standard size that they give so it makes you feel way bigger actually. Just now the master bedroom one, yes, it was a glass, so you can see that's the window, right? You can see that's the window. It's a window, but they dress it up as glass, so the whole bedroom, it will not look like that when you get the unit. And then there's this I-beam, kind of this structure that lightweight so it's actually, so what you don't have is the columns that actually supports the car porch, right? So I think that's very good of them. Also, one thing is that their living room and dining room windows are huge from the side, right? But at the front, there's actually no windows, only at the side. So these will only be your only light source to your living room, because that front wall, right, will all be your TVs and cabinets and things like that. Okay guys, so it's now time for Sean Take 3 on 3. 3 things I really like has always been the same. Developers like IGM here, Gamuda here, EcoWorld is here, and Tropicana is here. So that's the effort of 4 different parties who are trying to make this location happen. Number 2 would actually be the internal layout of this semi-D. So it's a very efficient, very functional semi-D, because like there are some semi-Ds where they give you extra 10 feet here, extra 10 feet there, don't know what to do with it one, right? But this one, if you look at the show unit, it's a very open layout concept. And their ID concept of concealing entrances is actually it works for huge units like this. So it's actually just partition off spaces, which is very, very tastefully done, right? And then the master bedroom is the one where I just lost it. And if you notice, they don't shout out the TV console as much anymore. And if you look into the main living room, the front facade has no windows at all, because that's where the car drives in and your light actually just shoot the wall. But so there's no point. But at the side, because it's a semi-D, they have the luxury of having way more openings at the side, which is for your living and dining and actually kitchen space. And for the back space, you even have the windows for your ground floor bedroom. Third of all will actually be the price. So I think the price is somewhat positioned very well in between Tropicana's most expensive terrace house, right, and EcoWorld's most cheapest semi-D. So it's in between that range for the semi-Ds, right? Because it's 1.6, 1.5-ish, then I think it's a very, very accurate pricing. And now let's move on to 3 things I don't like. Number 1, because everything is still on construction, so you don't really get the full picture right yet if you are non-construction background. If there's a salesperson to explain to you, it would be way better. Number 2 would be the construction quality. So there has been a lot of, I hear some feedbacks from the previous buyers and investors of the previous phases. They say that the construction is Last of all would be the response from the market. So I think the market is not picking up, because at this price range you can get a lot of other choices. So the trick again, right, for this area, if you are into terrace houses, right, there's a range from 700,000 to 1.3, 1.6 million also got. So if you are into semi-Ds, right, so this is a 1.5 to 2 million also got. So here also have bungalows where there's like 2.2 to 2.6 million, 3.2 million from EcoWorld also got. So that's the whole picture of this location. So in conclusion, my take for this is for a semi-D of this scale, this price is actually reasonable, right? But provided you are staying around here, because the access road now they are still improving it, so you are buying it for the future, for the next 3 years actually. So a strata leasehold semi-D, right? Then what you can see is the effort from numerous developers, like the schools is coming up, the shop lot is completed, the highways, and etc. So you can see efforts are still putting on into this development. So I think that's all for this episode. Sorry for taking so long, Jagdish's schedule has been packed, so I'm actually leveraging on my Chinese New Year holidays to actually do this for you. But also I enjoy it. So thanks for pushing it. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao!